Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, A Knitter's Soul. My name is Elo and I am coming to you from Oslo, Norway. Originally I am from a town called Pärnu in Estonia, but I've lived here in Norway for now over half of my life. So most of my life I've lived here, or my grown-up years, my adult life has been spent here. I am 44 years of age. I have a son and 3 stepdaughters and a man. And our children, they are all, they are all young adults and pretty much living their own lives, doing their own things. So it's really just the youngest and my boy that are still living in the house. Don't think there'll be any guest appearances as they are not into that kind of crafts. But yeah, the reason why I'm called A Knitter's Soul is that I do different types of crafts. I knit, I sew, I crochet, I sometimes paint. But I am most keen on, or I'm most fond of knitting. That is kind of my happy place. I've been knitting for many years. Don't exactly remember when I started knitting, but I know I knew how to knit before I started at school. We had handicraft classes at school as well, and we learned a lot of skills there. But I must admit that both YouTube and books and people in my life, they have been great teachers for new techniques that I picked up along the way, and I keep on learning. There's so many new techniques to acquire, to learn, and yeah, it's a beautiful craft. It's so much to do with it. So yeah, let's do the typical video podcast thing with starting my finished object. What I'm wearing. Oh no, what I'm wearing is the first thing. What I'm wearing. This is Ventetid by Viola, or Kristen Viola Ødegård. This was a Advent mystery knit along in 2016. Yeah, I can stand up and show you quickly. Boop, boop. It's knit out of Finull. It has those pretty flower buttons on them. And what is there to say about it? It's a very nice pattern. I really enjoyed knitting it, and I love how light it is. I love the way it sits on my body. The original does have some embroidery, some flowers, and some crochet edging along the ribbing and the bottom bands. I haven't done it yet. I wasn't sure if I wanted to. I am considering doing it, but yeah, for now it is what it is. I really love it. I really enjoy using it. It took me a while to finish it up, I must say, not because of the pattern or anything, but because of things that happened in my private life at the time. My dad passed away, so this one was actually dormant for a very long time, even though it was almost finished. And I finished it in 2021. So yeah, it hasn't been finished for that long, but I love it. And in a way, I find it to be a good reminder of my dad. I don't know. Yeah, I do love it. I do love it. The other finished object I have, I'm not wearing, but I see my wall is wearing, is this baby blanket. It's called Hurra meg rundt by Tori Seierstad. And that one is also knit out of a Rauma garn, which is PT3. I'm not gonna name all the colors, but if you're interested, I have everything in my project on Ravelry. It's it is a baby blanket, and I did it as a test knit actually back in the day. and really loved it. There is so much happening, and the color changes, and yeah, it was just all over a really lovely knit. And as I didn't have a baby to give it to, and also I found it to be so beautiful, I'm so happy with the result. I always wanted to almost use it as decoration, so a while back I attached a cotton fabric to it and hung it up on the wall, so it looks almost like a mandala. I'm really happy with the way it turned out, and that I can use it to make my craft room look pretty. Other recent finished objects I have are, among other things, these socks. They are Hermione's Everyday Socks. A really lovely knit. I've knit several of those before. And this is knit out of Permin Selma, and the number is 880803. And the contrasting toes and ribbing is out of Fable Off-White, which is number 100. And my go-to needle is 225 millimeters. I like the fabric I get with that, and yeah, they turn out perfect in size for me. I believe, gonna have to check it, I don't remember. I think as it's not so important, but yeah, I cast on 64 stitches for this one. Mine is Everyday Socks. I believe it's a free pattern on Ravelry. It is a pattern on Ravelry, but I believe it's for free. I'm not 100% sure. Another recent finished object are these pair of socks. It's just a vanilla sock, just plain stockinette. And I've tried to match those two socks as good as I could, and I think I did a pretty decent job at that. Oh, it was easy to show. If I hold it like that, that's better. The yarn is Regia Schachenmeier, number 04890. The striped yarn, and the contrasting heel, toes, and ribbing are also Fable in these socks, number 109. Really lovely yarn to knit with. It was so fun. Like everybody keeps on saying, it's so fun to knit with like striped yarn, because you just keep on looking forward to the next color. You just keep on like, oh, just one row, one more row. So it's really fun, really quick knit. Also 225, and also I believe 64 stitches on these ones. And this is size 41 approximately. And these are like a 39, 40 perhaps. Yeah. So those were my finished objects. Then I can show you my works in progress. I can start off with my blanket. Let's see where the way around, of course. I am about 2/3 done with it, knitting wise. So yeah, it's grown quite big. I am really enjoying this. It's a little bit like knitting striped socks, because I'm kind of looking forward to the next add-on of color. I think it's so pretty. It's turning out really great. This is a pattern that was by it's a collaboration between Aftenstrikk and Rauma Garn, and this is the original color palette for this blanket. I'm just trying to say the plaid. Norwegian word for it. It's only called plaid. It doesn't have any other fancy name. So it's plaid, and the pattern number is 370 minus 4 or slash 4 minus 4. And yeah, it's yeah, it's another really cute picture there. Yeah, with that cute kid. And this is knit in Finull by Rauma, PT2. The old name PT. Why am I saying that? The reason why I'm saying PT2 is when I started knitting this blanket, it was kind of my plan to use up a lot of leftovers from different projects, and I actually realized that some of them are some of the balls of yarn are so old that they have the old design, which is PT2. So yeah, I have those. And for those who are Norwegians, I also have some leftovers from the time when my kid was little and I was knitting all kind of monotop kind of stash. So yeah, I have some old stash. And also some of it has been a quiet stash, like that I inherited from a friend of mine, and they're living in this basket. So these are my colors. I actually had to add, like, buy more of this yellow recently, because I am almost out of the original one that I had. And I don't mind it because I really like this yellow. I'm sure I'll be able to use it in color work of different kinds. This is color 0412. I found it to match this one quite well. It's a little difference, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. And this is such an old batch that to match it 100% is not going to put. It's actually, they're more alike than they show up on the camera, but I'm happy with them. They match enough. And I also had to buy some more of this kind of a mustard yellow that I have. And again, it's not 100% match, but it's close enough. So yeah. So these are my colors. I can keep on getting stuck on. So what I had to do is that I bought this white and rest is from my stash. So it's 0401, so it's not like a crisp white, it's like this off-white, like a natural white color. And I really enjoy that. This knit, it's like a mindless knit that I can do when watching TV, and up to a point actually I was carrying it out with me on subway and like when traveling, but now it's a little too big to be taken anywhere. And I am also trying to be good and weave in all the ends as I start. Oh, I need to stretch this one a little bit, but everything is weaved in, so I don't have like a whole lot of ends to weave in once I'm done. So yeah, really happy with the way this is turning out. So pretty, love colors. So yeah, that is one of my works in progress. I am also, oh sorry, I'm having things on the floor, I need to reach for them. I am working on the design tee. Thought I had a picture here, but I have not printed it out. Hopefully I'll be able to add in a picture for you to see. If not, you can find it on Ravelry. It is a paid for pattern, and it is a, oh, I need to go back here. It is a boxy kind of tee. The idea is to have it like something I can throw over a dress or high-waisted pants. I'm not missing that much. I have just sleeves to do. I'm thinking about doing 3/4 sleeves. I was contemplating leaving as it is actually quite nice. as it is already. And this I am knitting in chick lina, and the color number is 1015 1015. And I am knitting this on, what did I find out? I am knitting this on 6mm symphony needles. I find it to be a quite enjoyable yarn to work with. This is the first time I've actually tried Tykkline by Sandnes. I have knitted with regular Lina before, and I struggled getting gauge with that. I had to go down quite a, well, actually no, I can't say I was struggling getting gauge. I was doing a test knit, and I was struggling getting the gauge of the pattern with that one. So I had to go down quite a few needles in order to match the gauge. But in the end, the product came out beautiful. I was really happy with it. I can show it to you another time. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. Actually, I can put it on for a quick moment, as I feel like I'm boiling here, so I want to take this one off anyway. Oh yeah, I can show you. I have attached like a spare button or extra button just inside of the jacket, so I have it in case of, you never know. I'm really happy with the way it looks inside as well. Just a simple sew down. But yeah, that was that. Let me just pop this one quickly on. I haven't attached any ends here yet because I'm like trying to try it on and see how happy I am with it before I tie in the ends. And if you hear a little creaking, that's my sofa that's making all this funny noise. But yeah, it's a little bit longer in the front due to the way the pattern is, and a little bit shorter in the back. I've tried it on with a dress. It's a really nice and flattering length for me. I believe, if I remember correctly, that I ended up doing one extra pattern repeat so they would get the length I wanted, because I found it to be a little too short with just the recommended amount of repetitions of the pattern. But that's the beauty of knitting. You can add it or subtract it or do whatever you like, and you can fit it to your liking. So yeah, it's quite heavy yarn. I haven't knit anything that heavy, like out of this heavy yarn before. But I think it's gonna be really pretty because it falls so nicely. But yeah, I was, like I said, thinking about maybe not doing the sleeves, but as I'm thinking to have it as a easy to throw on over dress kind of a sweater in the summertime, I probably would be better off with sleeves, because Norway is not known for warm summers, even though this summer has been really nice. We've had a lot of lovely weather, a lot of sunny days, not too much rain. So yeah, that is my, I guess, second work in progress. And yeah, the blanket, I'm going a little bit back and forth. The blanket I am thinking about putting into the knit along by Finnish knitter. Gosh, I should have written it down before, but I forgot about it before I started. I will try to remember to link it. She has a knit along, which is kind of like a scrappy happy make along, I think it is. Not knit along, but make along, because she's open for all kind of crafts. So if you're a crocheter or if you're a sewer, if you wanna, she's open for anything. But I will try to add some links. If I don't, this is my first time, guys, trying to record a video, so I'm not sure how good my editing skills will be and what I'll be able to add on the screen. But if I don't manage to put it on the screen, I will definitely try to put it in the subscription box below. But yeah, she has a make along, and that goes until September. next year, I believe. It's for a year, so you have time to knit a blanket, and she's also open to works in progress, so it's not that you have to start a whole new blanket in order to participate in her make along, which is lovely because that has given me like an extra oomph, motivation to knit on this one. So I've added on like one repetition of the pattern, you might say, because the colors repeat 3 times, and that's what I mean. Now I'm like 2/3 along the way with it, which is lovely. And also I have to do the stripes going other way, which I haven't decided if I'm gonna do it as it says in a pattern with sewing the stripes, or which I'm probably gonna be crocheting on those stripes, because I'm thinking that might give it more stretch and would not break as easy, because I'm afraid if I sew on as it says in a pattern that they might break. Time will show. And like, well, yeah, this is my last work in progress that is active, because I have a few others that are a little bit dormant. I'm waiting kind of for colder weather, more motivation, I guess, as well. Actually, I might show you another work in progress just to get myself excited about it again. I need to make some decisions about it, so that's why it's kind of like just there. But yeah, this one here is loosely based on Mika Genser by Bystrikk. I'm not so happy with the way the neckline is for now, but I will fix it by the time. I did an Italian cast on. I really like the way it just is so pretty. And yeah, I will fix the neckline, it's no problem. And it actually doesn't curl as badly when I try it on, so I'm thinking that a little bit of soaking and fixing and it'll be fine. And if not, I have this elastic thread I might add into, I'll figure it out. Yeah, it's yeah, this is the back and this is the front. It's a raglan top down pattern, and you do this like you do pretty much a garter stick, like kind of knit in your raglan, so you're like, yeah, just to get that little bit of effect there. It's a very straightforward top down raglan pattern. I modified it a little bit because this pattern, it doesn't have any shaping for your back, so yeah, in order for it to sit better on the body like a human body, I added in some German short rows in the back. So I did, like, when I was finished with the raglan and I was happy with the length of it, I added I guess 8, but like 4 turns on it at both sides, so a couple of rows there. So good at technicalities. I am working with Alpaca Tweed by Du Stora Alpaca. This is a DK weight, isn't it? Well, actually, well, it's 50 grams to 80 meters, so it's quite thickish yarn. It's a very soft and nice yarn to work with. This is actually leftovers from a sweater I knit for my man. I might show it at one point. And I'm trying to use up this yarn because what I've realized is that I have a slight reaction to the yarn, so I'm wondering if I am slightly allergical to alpaca. which is kind of sad because it is really nice and soft. It is very warm, lovely yarn. And I had plans of knitting myself a red Christmas dress out of it, because I knitted a dress already out of this yarn for myself in a petroleum kind of color. It's called petroleum, so yeah. And yeah, I itch from it, and I get like sneezes and stuff, and like, yeah, just like having it next to my skin, I can now feel it's kind of itching there. So it's, I don't know, but I'm trying to use it up as long as I'm not getting too bad when I'm knitting it, like not too bothered. I mean, I'll work it up. But yeah, my plan is try to use up all the yarn that I have left over from both my man's jumper and from my dress, and maybe the Christmas red as well, and make just a simple sweater. So yeah, very simple, top down. Yeah, really happy with the way it's turning out. And oh yeah, it's knit on, is it 5mm? Yeah. And like I said, well, even if the neckline is kind of bothering me right now, it sits quite okay when it's on the body. But yeah, I'm hoping that it'll kind of be better after I wash it, and if not, then I'll probably add an elastic in there, because I don't think I'll be picking it up. I think so, not. So yeah, these are my current active works in progress. And yeah, I've totally forgotten to mention the bags, because well, I'm gonna do it quickly now, because both of these bags are from the same maker. I also have a matching notion pouch for both of them, and they are both by Awesome Granny from the US, and I really like them. They're really good quality. I've had them for many years now. She has really nice fabrics, and yeah, I just have to have them, even though like the shipping can be horrible. I just have to have them. And yeah, I guess I'll show you the last work in progress, like I said, in hopes of kind of giving myself a little bit of a boost in motivation of actually getting it done. I'm just trying to see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look. I have my PC here, so I will look it up quickly, because I have my Ravelry page open. That was quicker said than done. There it is. It's called Fossveien genser, and it's by Inga. Gosh, I will write it down here. Semmingsen. A little bit unsure now. But yeah, I've come actually quite far with it. I'm just pretty much missing the arms. But what I am not sure, and I think what kind of took away my motivation a little bit at the time, was that I wasn't sure if I was happy with where this is kind of hitting me. So I'm considering of maybe taking up all the ribbing and the like little bit of pattern that I've done here, the color work, and lengthen it a little, because I think the last time I tried it on, I think it hit me in a weird place. So I will have to do it. I just know I lost kind of my mojo with this, because this is a beautiful, beautiful jumper. I mean, like, it has so many beautiful details. I have done like a little bit of modification. I skipped the cables there, because I like cables, but I don't like them. Nothing to do with the knitting of it, but I just didn't want it, because I find cables often are so bulky, and I didn't want that kind of bulkiness. And I even actually started doing it as it was in a pattern. I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it, and I didn't like the way it was turning out, but I do love, love, love the yarns. The yarns are so, 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 so beautiful. I mean, look at this. Yeah, I'm definitely have to pick this up again. And now the days are getting colder, so it's easier to work with like woolly yarns. And that's also one thing about me. I am a huge fan of woolly wools. I love knitting with wool. The dark red, it is darker in real life and it's showing up. It's more like a burgundy, almost. Yeah, it's like a burgundy. And this is not the right thing. This is not the right label on it. Can I find the right one, I wonder? They are both. They're both interesting colors. They are by Verbit. But this label, which I thought was this one's, is not. This is Ranunkel. The colorway Ranunkel. And I think it's so pretty. It's so, so beautiful. And it does remind me of the flower that is called after. I guess it's Ranunculus. Gosh, I can't even say it now in English. But Ranunkel in Norwegian. And I find it to be so, so pretty. The base is Hillesvåg Sol. It's 100 grams to 285 meters, or like a no, that didn't say that. Yeah, it's 100 grams to 285. And it's lamb's wool from Norsk Hvitsau. Really, really lovely yarn to work with. I love the colors, and I think it matches so beautiful with this. Does not show the right color. Oh, maybe there. Almost right color. It's like this beautiful burgundy color. I believe this one is as well. I believe. I might be lying to you now. Wait, why don't I check it? I have my PC up here, so I could just check it. Let me see. The red. Yeah, it's also Hillesvåg Sol. So they are the same base as I suspected them to be. And the base is Norsk Villsau Lammullgarn. And I really like this yarn. Really, really lovely. It's 100% Norwegian wool. And it's so lovely. It is so, so lovely to the touch. I really, really love this yarn. And actually, when I started knitting this, I wanted to try out Thiago's, the needles, and I love them. And I was wondering why I kind of invested them before. I have now. I have like the small set and a mini set. Is that what they are? Yeah, I love them. And yeah, I really love this, so I really should pick up this again and finish it up, because I think it's so pretty. Just love, 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 love. And yeah, we are going towards autumn and winter, the colder times, so should really finish this up. And yeah, this one actually is in a very special bag, because this bag is made for me by my sister, and I really like it. It's so, so pretty. It has a pocket there. Ooh. Oh, is that where I have those? And it's actually reversible, so I could also use it with this side outside, and it has the same, like a pocket here as well. And yeah, here are actually some stitch markers that my sister gave to me. She came to visit me here in January from Finland, because that's where she's living. And she brought me these really cute gifts. But yeah, the bag is so special because it is made by her. Oh, let me see if I can put my hand behind this. Get this to focus. Yeah, you get the gist of it. I think they're so pretty. So yes, those are my works in progress. This is kind of a UFO, but not totally. But let's pick it up and make some progress on it, shall we? I think I will. Just need to decide what to do with the length and where to place the pattern. See that I'm happy with it, because when you work so many hours on a project, you want it to be so that you want to use it, you know? If you make it and don't want to use it, that's kind of like waste of many hours. To be so that you want to use it, you know? If you make it and don't want to use it, that's kind of like waste of many hours. Anyways, oh, this one. Okay, a little cleanup very quickly. I need to put my patterns with the right projects. So see, I have left them out all the way now on the blanket. So what's left now is acquisitions. Because today, well, this weekend, we have Strikkepodcast festival. Strikkepodcast market, I think it is. There's a knitting kind of a market in Oslo town. And I went there. Didn't have any big plans of buying a lot, but I thought, like, if I like it, I will allow myself, because it's a rare occasion, like when all these beautiful hand dyers are gathered in one spot and you can actually pick up like yarn without having to pay a whole lot in shipping. So I will start off with this is so beautiful. This is 100% superwash merino, 100 grams, 400 meters, so it's a fingering weight. It is by Through the Wardrobe yarn company, and I thought it was so beautiful. I just saw it and I just had to have it, and I have two because I think they're so beautiful. I mean, this yarn is so beautiful, and the colorway is called Last Fling. I love it. I have no clue what I will make out of it, but I love it. And this is very much like in colors that I love. I'm a huge fan of pink. Like pinks and reds are like one of my go-to colors. Yeah, definitely. And actually when knitting this, I kind of fell in love also adding in maybe some oranges and some yellows and like matching those up with pinks and reds. And that's kind of fun to discover those colors in combinations, because in Estonia, I think it's either, oh, I might be lying now, being a bad Estonian. Is it Kihnu, Muhu? Traditionally in a part of Estonia, they use a lot of like color combinations, which are actually yellows and pinks and oranges, and I think they're so beautiful. I will clarify it by next time and be a good Estonian, hopefully. But yeah, I think they're so beautiful. She also had the base for socks in the same colorway, but I kind of felt that this yarn is too pretty to be socks. So I think I'd rather match it up with some maybe hot pink or something, or like this pale yellow that she has in here, and makes either a shawl or a jumper or something, like add up with something so I can do something out of it. Maybe a summer tee. But yeah, I thought it was so pretty. I just had to have it. So yeah, this is the Through the Wardrobe yarn and the Last Fling. So pretty. So that was my very first buy when I got there. I just had to have them. And then I went to, yeah, I was going past quite a few stands and I was looking at different yarns. But I was kind of like, if nothing is kind of screaming at me and saying, take me home, then I just, no, not gonna do it. Then I came to another stand by Spötegarn. I believe they are located on the west coast of Norway, if I'm not mistaken. I believe they have base in Bergen. I believe. I might be wrong, but she had quite a lot of really pretty yarn. And there she had also knitted up a sample, a shawl, in this yarn. It wasn't the exact color, but not far from it. And I thought it was so pretty, the shawl, that it made me want to buy this yarn. And this base is so beautiful. It is 70% baby alpaca, 20% silk, 10% cashmere, and it's 100 grams and 600 meters. It's called, the base is called Tynt Shawl Garn, so it's like a light shawl yarn, and the color is called Kraft. So yeah, spøtegarn.no or Spotegarnno. If you want to look her up. But yeah, it was so pretty. The shawl that she had knitted up, it was just so pretty in its simplicity. It had like a garter stitch and at like the top bit, and then had like a lace in the bottom. And I had to ask her about that particular pattern, if like what it was, because it was I thought it was so pretty, and I'm quite sure I'm gonna make a shawl, that shawl, out of this yarn. And that shawl is called sorry, that's some fiber in my throat. It's called Peasant Shawl, and it is a free pattern on Ravelry. And like when I looked it up on Ravelry, because I was trying to, because first she wasn't sure what it was called, and she said the name, and I tried to look it up, and that didn't give me a result. So I went back and she looked it up for me, and the picture that I opened up, like the thumbnail that you get, doesn't do this shawl justice. So if you do look up the Peasant Shawl, it is so much prettier if you do it like in a solid or a semi-solid yarn. It is such a pretty yarn. Unfortunately, the thumbnail does not do justice. But also, when I went back to her to ask about, or like inquire about that pattern, because I wasn't finding it, I ended up buying another one from her, another yarn, another colorway. So I have this, it's like a lilac. It's pretty true to color on screen, actually. Maybe a little bit more blue in real life than it is showing up on the screen, but pretty accurate actually. And then this kind of almost like a, I wouldn't say baby blue, but like a sky blue. Let me see what it's called. It's just called Blues. It's the same base with 70% baby alpaca, 20 silk, and 10 cashmere, with 100 grams and 60 meters. It's so pretty. It's showing up more gray than it is. It truly is more like a sky blue color, I would say. So I have the opportunity of making 2 of them. If I like the pattern, I might actually do that, because I just love that. It was so simple, but it had a little bit of interest. So we'll see. I just couldn't contain myself, and I thought it was really reasonably priced for the base and for the meterage that you get. So yeah, this is the yarn I purchased today. I also bought some extra wires from my Knit Pro interchangeables, because this one stand had a really reasonable price. And she actually sent along this, I guess it's a like kind of a little bit a test thing, because they have candles with scents. I guess it's a scent, whatever, my mind is not computing. But they have scented candles, and this is just something they send along, so you can like try it out and see if you like the scent of it. And this one is Fresh Rain. It's called Fresh Rain, and it's a company called Strikkepodcast.no. Strikkepodcast.no. Oh, it's glaring. So yeah, it's actually quite a nice scent to it. It kind of, I find it to be a bit like a soapy smell, soapy scent. So it makes me think of, actually quite a cozy scent, because it makes me think of my grandmother. It's so pretty. Does not want to focus. It's focusing on the back, isn't it? But yeah, you get the idea. It looks like a little bee on it. It's really pretty, really sweet. And then my last acquisition, which is not from today, but I ordered online the other day, is a knitting bag, which I think is so pretty. And this one is, I was gonna say knitted. No, it's not knitted. It's sewn by englestrikk. She also has a podcast here on YouTube. So if you speak Norwegian or Danish or Swedish, you can definitely check her out. She's called englestrikk. And I love her. I mean, okay, let's finish about this bag. It's really pretty. I love the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fabric inside, and I love what she's done with these different denims here. And there is this pocket, like a small pocket where you can have things in there. It's about the width of my hand, like that, like I can spread my fingers. It's a really good size, like a sweater size, I would say. And I quite like the handles, because usually don't have handles, so this is like a proper bag. You can actually like just throw it over your shoulder, which I've sometimes missed. Oh yeah, the back is, by the way, is like this sort of a blue fabric which has a shine to it. I'm not sure what kind of fabric it is, but yeah, I really like it. It's really, really well done. She has all these beautiful details on her sewing, like finishings, and yeah, I really like it. I'm really happy with it. She has a video podcast on YouTube, and she also has an Instagram account. So, and does she have a separate one for? Yeah, I think she might have a separate. I will try to check it out and link it here, because she does post once in a while that she sells them. She's really good at repurposing fabrics and making all kind of fun designs. I actually have another bag by her, but I will show it another time, maybe more close to like when it gets winter, or even like Christmas, because it has a little bit of a Christmassy or like wintry design, which I love. Yeah, I was gonna say about Gunnis Englestrikk. She has this lovely whimsical way of thinking, doing, being. She's not bound by the patterns, which I find is so inspiring, because sometimes we do tend to get maybe too hung up on how the pattern is written and not doing exactly the way it is, and I kind of forget that we actually can modify it to fit us, like in the way we would like it, like even more maybe. So give it like our own little touch to it. And I love her. She's inspired me a lot to think differently about colors, how to put them together maybe, and yeah, even how to use maybe striped arms as in like color works, because I did purchase at one point quite a bit striped sock yarn, and all I could think in my head back then was that it has to be like exactly like that. I cannot break it up or anything. But she did knit a while back a pair of socks, I believe they were by Ravelry, which was color work socks, and she used like a solid background color, and then had those stripes in there with this striped kind of yarn. I don't know if it was exactly what yarn it was, but I thought it was so pretty. It had such a great effect, and I really loved it. So I've been inspired many of times by her and her way of thinking and being free and not bound by kind of thing. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it with that for today, because I've been gone through like pretty much everything now. And if you have any questions, do feel free to ask me. I will gladly answer them. And yeah, this was less scary than I thought, but I guess the most scary bit is still ahead, is to see if anybody's gonna find me and even like find my content of interest. Yeah, we'll see if this is gonna stay with this one or if we're gonna make any more. But I have enjoyed myself for this little moment here, and I hope you did too. And hopefully I will do this again in not too long of a time, and hopefully you will want to join me again another time.